CBS forensic.
मेल वाली आईडी पे मेल एट CSE है ना.
Humans can learn to utilize idle time, focus on other important things in life. The last thought in the evening is often the first one in the morning. On this very note, namaste and good evening to all the partakers today. I say Ashika very warm, cordially welcome on today's session on automation and transformation in
Madam, your voice is not clear.
Correct. So I think there's some distribution, maybe distribution. I think Ashita, if you can cross check.
Yes, I have again relogged. Please check, Ashita. Yes, Ashita, you can start now. Not audible, not audible. I suggest you please re-log in. Please re-log in a minute. So very good evening, Siddharth ji, Charmi Doshi ji, Amit Gupta, Secretary, Nisag, and all who are present here. By the time the moderator Ashita re-logins, I would like to tell you that it is a very exciting session today. Automation of CA practice. We chartered accountants do a lot, but with advent of new technology and changes in timings, we now have to be technology compliant. If we want to perform in the highest level, the most important thing is to understand technology and use it in the daily course. Ashita, you can now speak.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes. The critical path for any digital transformation is digital leadership and culture rather than technology. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome our digital leader, Chairman of Digital Accounting and Assurance Board, CACS Nanda sir, Central Council member of 25th Council of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, 22 to 25. Presently, he is Chairman of Digital Accounting and Assurance Board, ICAI, Internal Audit Standards Board, ICAI, Committee on Information Technology of South Asian Federation of Accountants, popularly known as SAFA. He is Vice Chairman, Banking, Financial Services and Insurance Committee, ICAI. He has held various positions as member of the Central Council of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India from 2004 to 2016, 2019 to 2022. He is member of Quality Review Board set up by the Government of India. He is member of SEBI Advisory Committee on Primary Market 2007 to 2010 and Committee on Mutual Funds 2007-2010 and represented ICAI on SEBI Committee on Disclosures and Accounting Standards. He is convener of the expert group constituted by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Government of India on Investor Protection. He is member of the South Asian Federation of Accountants on Committee on Professional Accountants in Business and Committee on Improvements in Transparency, Accountability and Governance. He has served as chairman of Northern India Regional Council of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, 2002 to 2003. Academically, he has contributed as guest speaker at Survey Vancouver, British Columbia chapter of ICAI on IFRS, effective communication and forensic accounting seminar and various other forums. With this brief introduction, I welcome Chairman Sir. Over to you.
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is really great that I've been able to speak to you. I'm truly excited for today's program. Technology in itself is reaching newer heights every time. You are aware that your board, Digital Accounting and Assurance Board, is achieving newer heights every time. And we are keen to serve our membership. Three important things I would like to tell you. Number one, you're all aware that first time in the history of the entire world, we promulgated 23 forensic investigative accounting standards. They have to be made compulsory from 1st of July. And therefore, we are working day and night to create guidance on them. We are now working for creating a guidance note so that all members can go through that. Second important thing, we are now ushering into a new era, and you'll be happy to know that today we are into the World Technology Week, the best part. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us move ahead and create a mark for ourselves in technology-related practices. And third and most important, your board has embarked upon a very ambitious plan, technology for non-technology professionals, not only for India, but going ahead in our socialistic perspectives, we are doing it for 8 SAFA countries. You would be aware that I chair the SAFA Committee on IT, and we are now working ahead to create value and worth for technology for people who do not understand technology. Today's seminar is a shot in the arm. I want to tell you that you will do so many mistakes, but from the mistakes you need to recoup. People may not like you, praise you, but they will always acknowledge the work done by you. A gentleman asked me that, sir, we do so much, but we receive no praises. So I answered him by way of a couplet. The couplet was, तारीफ की चाहत तो नाकाम लोगों की फितरत है. तारीफ की चाहत तो नाकाम लोगों की फितरत है. काबिल लोगों के तो दुश्मन भी कायल होते हैं. We are a class apart. Bitterest of our enemies will always acknowledge the contribution we have done to this profession and particularly to the technology sector. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will not stand between you and two of the most revered speakers, Charmi Doshi from Ahmedabad and CA Siddharth Agarwal from Gurgaon. We have again a young lady moderating the session, CA Ashita Shah, who comes from Mumbai, and the entire team of the board to ensure that this program achieves newer heights. So over to Ashita for her further proceedings. Ashita, the dais is all yours now. Thank you.
Once a new technology rolls over you, if you are not part of the steamroller, you are part of the road. Thank you, sir, for apprising our audience briefly so that they at least have the crux of the topic. Digital transformation is the integration of digital technology into all areas of a business, fundamentally changing how you operate and deliver value to customers. It's also a cultural change that requires organizations to continually challenge the status quo, experiment, and get comfortable with failure. After the power-packed insight of our chairman, sir, now our participants are all the more eager to hear from our faculties. We have our first faculty for the evening who will throw light on the topic, automation and transformation in CA profession, CA Charmi Doshi. She is a fellow chartered accountant and practicing in the name of CPD and Associates Ahmedabad. She is holding a certificate of forensic accounting and fraud detection by ICAI and data analyst badge holder of Tableau business intelligence tool. Post-qualification, she is having more than 7 years experience in the field of data mining, automation, and various other industries. Over to you, madam.
First of all, I would like to thank CACS Charanjit Singh Nanda sir, Central Council member and chairperson of Digital Accounting and Assurance Board of India, Board of ICI, CA Amit Gupta sir, Secretary of DAB, my co-speaker CA Siddharth Agrawal. Thank you very much, Ashita, for your kind introduction. Now, I would like to share my presentation. Is it, Ashita, is it fine?
Yes, it's visible.
Very much. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So my presentation is starting with the lines, take care of what's important, automate the rest. With the technology is so moving fast, we need to understand that in CA profession, what all work we are doing and how we can automate so that we can take advantage of technology and grow further, right? So, and yeah, my few disclaimers over here that in the presentation, whatever views are presented are of my personal, and ICI DAB is not responsible for any views. Case study presented are just for study purpose and not to harm in any way to any organization. And technologies as moving so fast, there might be other solutions are possible. This is just one of the solutions which I'm presenting over here. So when a person can think for automation can be applied whenever there are tasks which are recurring in nature. It's that work you are doing in a, let's say, monthly basis, weekly basis, anything, they are recurring in nature, right? Then monotonous job, that might be any reconciliation works, GST reconciliation, party vendor reconciliations, anything, any monotonous job. Then big data, complex data. So all these are some of the areas where you can apply automation, and your might be doing that task for, let's say, 4 hours one day. It can be done within a fraction of minutes, right? So automation can be applied at this areas. For recurring task, I would show you one case study. There is one jeweler who is into manufacturing and then selling. So they are making sheets like this. Here I have presented one ring, rings, and it's like the details of that rings, right? Then here is the price, and whenever the customer comes, they just copy it, because as you know, that might be gold rate, then gold rate making charges changes in some period of time, right? They are variable in nature. So what happens that he used to copy whenever customer comes and he does inquiry for one ring, let's say PTR 170, then what he do, that he selects this much part, copies to other Excel file, and then he changes the gold rate. Here gold is not there, let's say over here he changes gold rate over here. He do some making charges changes, any other changes which required to be done, then he does over here, and he is making a separate sheet for it, right? So when a customer, let's say, selects 5-10 rings, then he has to select, see, like this, he has one folder, and into this many sheets are there. I'm showing you a practical case that how automation is helpful, right? This many rings are there. So let's say if I'm selecting R14168, then what happens that he opens this file, he copies that data and takes it to other Excel file. Then again, whatever n number of rings he is selecting, he He just open that file, copy that data and taking it to other file and doing changes, and then he is providing to the customer. So what was happening, that it was taking too much time, right? And the customer is, I mean, they are just getting out of that interest, that how that task is taking too much time. So how automation is helpful, that you need to identify that which part is fixed, which part is variable. Looking to the work, you need to identify that what are the things is important. Customer was interested into Excel based solution only. You might be having a thought that in market there are so many softwares are available, but you need to identify the strength and weakness of the organization. The customer is needing a solution in Excel only, right? So how this thing is possible? Just 1 second. See, here I have selected one ring, and here you can see that automatically whatever ring has been selected with that, for that ring, this part is automatically showing over here. Just 1 second. See, here I have selected, let's say I have selected two, but let's say I remove for a while one ring, and this is just one ring. Or let's say we can take any other ring. Let's say PTR 176. So what we can do, this is just a complete solution already built up. We can not go into depth. Otherwise, I could have shown you how these things are done. This complete logical solution is working into backend. Whatever the diamond part was there, that was fixed. Then the other part, variable part, bold, then making charges and other things are based on some calculations. So it's working into backend, and it can. What happens that with this automated solution, person who is not capable, who is very junior, but they can use this part and their work can be done. Might be n number of rings or any other product inquiry comes, they just need to enter their data and the things will work very fast. See here, by the time it's running, just 1 second. See, PTR 176, whatever. See here, let's say 176 is not there in this file. Whatever that person was doing manually, that copying that Excel, this part, and whatever changes, let's say 18 karat gold over here, the price is 4,400. But if let's say today I have changed that price over here, these are my variable parts, right? Over here, whatever price I'm changing over here, it will automatically, this exercise need to be done once only at the start of the day. Variable price, once you change, during the time n number of rings you filter over here, all this part will get automatically you can get the result over here, right? Your time, your energy will get saved and you can focus on the other part of the work, which are very important, right? So this is just one simple example for recurring task which they are doing during a day, and we can automate that part, that whatever today's price is there, it will come automatically and the calculation will done automatically. So with this solution, what they can do is they can just simply save this file with that customer's name and their work is done, right? So now I'm moving to the other part. What points you need to consider for automation? For automation, select the processes and person. First of all, you need to identify that which process in your organization which you are working are let's say it's taking too much time, or it's monotonous job, or let's say it's very important but the time taking is so much that you need to have a very big team to manage that task. So first of all, you need to identify that which tasks are very much required that need to be automated for your growth, right? Then the second is the person, right type of skills, the person who understands the industry, the person who can have an idea of, let's say, 360-degree view of overall industry, overall business of that area. And they can have an idea that, oh, okay, this processes need to be automated, and how, I mean, cost benefit analysis, that if that currently this task is done in this manner, then it is taking this much time, this much resources, using this much resources. And if it's get automated, then what is the cost? What kind of SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses of the organization? Might be you bring a very big software, but if your organization, if your resources, if your team members are not comfortable, then it will be of no use, right? So you need to understand and identify that which processes will suits you more better and will achieve your goal, right? Then the second point is do your own research. You can check it out with the industry, I mean with the same same type of organization, that this task, this type of work, how they are doing, what technology they are adopting. So is this possible that you can have a same tool, software, or anything, any solution? Then you need to discuss what happens that we chartered accountants are very busy in our compliance related works, day-to-day other works, but we never upgrade, or let's say we very less upgrade in terms of technology. That this type of solutions are also possible in the market, right? So we need to have a day in day out upgrade with the technology also. That might be possible that any reconciliation job, any let's say GST reconciliation, big data company, right? How they are doing the GST reconciliation? I'm sure they are not doing it with, I mean, the manual stuffs, right? They are using some type of software, some type of let's say ERP softwares, or might be some big companies where those who are not using the softwares but might be using some tools. So you need to check out that this type of work which we are doing, give a thought that is this possible to automate it, right? Then the third point is manage change and drive adoption. See, it is very much required that whatever solution you are adopting, it should be accepted by your team members, right? Otherwise, what happens that, hello, yeah. So what happens that whatever solution you have bring, but it's not used by the complete hierarchy of your business. So what happens that you build one solution, but it's not used by all the people in your organization. Then duplication of work gets started. They are using some other tool, or they are working in their manner. So what you can do over here, you provide training to them, give comfort that see, this solution is for you, your benefit, and give them proper training so that what happens that they understand and adopts the whatever solution you have built for them, right? Then the fourth part, communicate with and train your employees. That is that also I have covered in my earlier point. So next is evaluate and refine. You need to identify that continuously, or evaluate your whatever automated solution you have built. You need to check that whether it is being used by them. If any issues are there, then analyze KPI based dashboards you need to prepare so that they understand, and you need to have an idea that what type of changes need to be done, right? So automated workflow should be user friendly and accepted by all in the organization, right? Then checklist for automation tool. What could be a checklist for you? Interface, user interface should be user friendly and simple to operate, right? Otherwise, what happens that people don't feel comfortable to use it, then it's of no use again. I mean, whatever amount of cost of amount you invest into the things, but it's not be workable if your people are not comfortable, right? Then scalability and customization features should be there. Customization in terms of, see, every business. Let's take an example of 2 hospitals, right? Whatever solution is we have created for one hospital, it's not suitable for other hospital. Might be possible that both is working in a same let's say area, same type of diagnosis, same thing, but the way of working, the way of people they are having are different. So might be possible that the solution which is prepared for one is not suitable for the other. So customization feature as per both the requirement should be there, right? Then any modification and addition to the workflow should be easy. Whatever things we have created today, let's say there might be some changes in the future, company's growth, or new people are coming, then some good suggestions are coming, then that all addition things should be there. I have seen tools in the market available that people are using the very old software which are created, let's say 10, 15, 20 years before, but they are still working with that. So many changes are coming day in, day out. So what happens that software is not supporting that customization or additional or modification is possible. So what happens that people are doing all that work manually. So what is actually required, that softwares or tools need to be updated with the time, right? So that feature should be there. You need to select that type of tool, that whether it's very easy to change at any time, anything, then it's very good point, right? Then seamless integration with third-party tools. Nowadays, what happens that accounting tool is different, and might be marketing, might be any, let's say, production, any softwares, any people are using at for some requirements SAP, and then accounting is half in Tally, half in SAP. So it should be checked that whether that integration is possible, whatever you are doing is does integration is possible into the same or not. Then desktop and cloud based, both solution if required. So let's say your company is doing marketing or any other things into let's say any good CRM, let's say Zoho, or any other software, then that cloud-based solutions should also be available for the teams who really need that type of solution, right? Then dashboards for monitoring status of the automated workflow. Nowadays, we will see this part in a later stage of our presentation, that what is dashboards and all. Equipped with security and data protection. Nowadays, this is also a very important aspect which we need to see, that all securities are there or not, data protection is there or not. Then only we should go ahead, right? Now, I would like to show one other case study. See here, in this case, there is one party whose statement is there into PDF file. This type of statement is there, right? And the other party whose books of accounts into Excel, like this way, right? So what is the objective of this particular case study is to reconcile both the tasks. So what happens? This might, we can take a same example of might be a GST reconciliation. So what happens into this thing, that here this statement, account statement is given, and here this type of statement is given. So now if we want to have a let's say reconciliation of this thing, then how we will do? First of all, we will see that with document supporting reference number, which transactions are matching. So we will do match through VLOOKUP or like that, right? But what if transactions like this, in this transaction, I hope it is visible, 6th September, the other party has entered a transaction with this amount, right? And my books of account, let's say, is on 6th September, let's say this thing, this part. So what is this? I have done one entry, debit, and the other entry, credit note also, is in credit, right? So net effect for this transaction is this amount, 59,242. So generally what happens in our firm, whenever we are doing any GST reconciliation or any such party reconciliations, then we do manually reconciliation of this transaction. That because as you can see that this amount is different and this amount is different, then how it is possible to reconcile both the things? So what you can do is, see here I have built a complete solution that whenever you are doing a reconciliation, then see here majorly 3 parameters: reference number, then date, and amount, right? So which transactions are matching through reference number and amount? Which transactions are matching through date and amount? Which transaction, this type of transactions where net amount is there. Here the person has done entry, one debit and one credit, and here the net entry is done, right? So first of all, this statement is into PDF. that other statement into Excel. So how, see, if this company is doing, let's say, quarterly reconciliation, so every time manually doing reconciliation will be a too monotonous job, right? So this thing can be automated through logical thinking. That, let's say, here, I have created a complete code, which I'm just pasting. I mean, it's very less time that I can have a full. Just 1 second. Here my complete code is ready. I'm just pasting over here so that you can see that how automatically this task comes as a reconciled task, and your time just get saved, that every time you're not required to do manual VLOOKUP, manual reconciliation, and your might be 1 or 2 hour job, just can automate once, and then every time whenever you want to do, it's get done. See here, query 1 sheet, currently it is blank, totally blank. And now that complete solution for reconciliation is available. Just 1 second. So here, let's say on 6th September, which we want to see that whether that transaction comes or not. See here in my books, that transaction here, it is 2 entries, right? 1 debit, 1 credit. But if we do manually, then this task, we will do manual reconciliation. But now for this thing, what logic was there? That same date was there, but sum of this two was matching with that PDF file here, 59,242, right? So here, see here, it's 59,242, and that transaction date and sum of that amount, that remark is available. So what is the purpose? I mean, what is the objective behind showing you this thing over here? That for each and every transaction, there are some remarks, some logical conditioning, some codes, some based on the data, which you can create and have it in your database. Have it. See, this is completely Excel solution is available, and it's very easy to understand that how many transactions I need to check, right? So for this thing, logical thinking, looking to the data, understanding the data is required. Then see, after this, let's say I have date and amount match transaction, date and sum of the amount match, and then reference date and amount match, right? So what amount of check transaction remains over here is 20 transactions, right? After this, again, some transactions were there for which dates were different. Let's say 27th April, here, the transaction amount was 12,417. And just 1 second. Here, what I have done is Excel that balance checking transactions and the PDF transactions, which are balanced over here, which are not matched with the transactions. I aggregated all the transactions, and then both the transactions are here. In one party, Excel party's book, it was there on 27th April, and the other party transaction, it was there on 5th of July. So what happens that this transaction amount are same. So for that thing, even it is possible that you can do automation up to 80-90%. And then balance part is something that you need to just review, and you're not required to do all the manual job for doing reconciliation, because this activity is might be, if it's a GST activity, GST reconciliations, then might be a monthly reconciliations. If it's a vendor reconciliations like this, then might be possible that it is a let's say quarterly activity. Then all such, I'm just showing you some examples over here that if these tasks can be automated, then any other task you can apply that, or think that whether it is possible to automate this task and go for automation. Believe me, I don't know if you have heard about Pareto analysis. Your 80% revenue should come from 20% of your work, right? So I believe on this funda, and I believe that whatever work, if we can automate, then we should. Otherwise, what happens that we are not able to think on other areas, that other opportunities which are possible, right? So after this, totally, let's say over here, 104 transactions were there. And in first stage, we have seen, see, totally over here, 104 transactions were there. And out of that, 20 transaction came into check. But after that also, the one exercise done over here, some logical coding and everything is done into backend, right? Then after that, check transactions that are remain is only as this both the company transaction, I'm removing the other company, only this many transactions, only 9 transactions. You need to actually see that why this is not matching, right? So just see that if this is only just 100 transaction, what if the transactions are going into 1,000 or lakhs of rows? Then at that time, doing manual reconciliations is not of use, and we can go for such type of solutions, right? Then my next part is skills that are expected from office automation consultant. What skills you need to have if you are thinking that you are doing some automation work, or you want to do some automation work from other persons, then what type of skills they need to have? Data collection. Data collection is from what angle? See, many a time the work which we are doing can be done from unstructured data, raw data. Then what happens that complete automated solutions give you more benefit, because you are not doing any process, any further activity on the data, and your task is done just within a simple click of button, right? Might be possible that at some point of time, raw data is not available due to any privacy or any security reason. Then semi-structured data is available. So you need to see that what type of data is available to you, and you need to work on what type of data. Data collection matters a lot, because your complete solution is built on that, right? Then the second part is understanding data processing and desired output. See, whenever you are doing any work, first it's but obvious, right, that you need to see that how you are doing, how the data you are processing, how you are working on the data, and what is your final output. So if you not keep that both the things into mind, what happens that your desired output will be something different, and the process which you are applying might be taking too much time. Then at end of the day, it's of no use, because the time, the work which you are expecting in a certain way will not be available. So data processing and reading the data, understanding the data plays a very big role, right? Then data cleaning. Data cleaning, for data cleaning, so many, there are tools are available. Let's say Power Query, Power BI is a visualization tool, but Tableau Prep is there, right? So in that, what you can do for any big data. Nowadays, let's say Amazon, Google, let's say Flipkart, all these companies having a big data. So for them, if you are working for any e-commerce company, you are working, then whatever your objective are, you want to have a result. First of all, for any data analysis, data cleaning is a very first step, and you need to work on it, right? Otherwise, what happens that your solution will be too time consuming. So clean your data first. Then data mining. Whatever data is available to you, you need to mine it. What other informations you can get out of it, and you can have a solution of it. So data mining is also important. Then fifth part is data modeling, building a structure. See, designing a solution that whatever output you want, but for that, how the data will flow. Data model your data. That whatever way you will work, it will impact the resources. It will impact the flow of the data, the time that it is consuming, the resources, the technology, the backend technology setup that you are using. All will have an effect. When you are working on a big data, it really affects a lot if you have not model your data in a way it is required, right? Then last but not the least, logical thinking. Whatever output you want, you need to apply logics. The code which just right now I have shown you for that vendor reconciliations, just I'm showing you simply over here that this much code done into backend. What generally we do, we create Excel based formulas. But what happens that if that formula changes, or there might be possible that if some person, for due to some or any other reasons, if that required, they just manually go into that cell and they manually change it or do some plus minus manually, right? Then what happens that we are not able to identify that how that data is flowing. But the work, the reconciliation which I have shown you over here, nothing done manually. Just click a simple refresh button. Everything, the complete code is over here. Whatever work needs to be done is mentioned over here. Just it will work into backend and it will show you output over here, right? So this type of solution gives you security, gives you data protected. I mean, not modified by any person who are working on Excel, and it will be a best solution that logically think and created a solution will help you more in a way that completely automated solution will helps a lot, right? I mean, no modification, nothing, and you can trust that whatever thoughts you have applied, it will work whether you are working or not. You just any junior person can come and give you this report that this things are there, right? So now logical thinking, and then I just would like to have one practical case study with all of you, if it's possible. I am sharing one link in a chat box. You all need to update a simple form, right? Just 1 second. just a simple form. If you all can feel, it would be a really great thing for me. I mean, and we can see a live analysis of the data currently. See, I have shared you link over here. Just click on that link and fill the data. Analytics is something that whatever work you are doing, right? For 5 minutes, I would be thinking that that would be enough. So from now, you just give your data through this link. This basically is for the people who are currently watching this webinar and working on it. And let's say if Digital Accounting and Assurance Board wants to analyze that who are the people who are working in different areas, then analyzing that data, that is possible and through dashboards, right? So I request everyone that please, if you can fill that form through that link. I will show you the real dashboard, how you can analyze the things, and how we can have an idea on dashboards, that how it is helpful, right? Excel based dashboards really changes our life, the way we are working. See, by the time people are filling that form, I just show you one other dashboard. I hope my screen is visible. Just 1 second. See, this type of, there is one CA firm, and they want that their whatever work their team members are doing, they just want to analyze that what is the status of that dashboard, what is the status of their work, right? So what they have done is just they are doing just data entry, that whatever client name is there, whatever work category of work they are doing, GST, income tax, then subcategory GST, what type of other work, right? So that part is there. Then periodicity of the work, then work remark, that whether that work is pending or in process or what exactly, right? Then status, what is the status, that whether that work is pending from client side, whether that work is pending from CA firm, or who is the team leader, right? this type of data entry done by each and every staff over here. Each and every staff has their individual sheet and they are updating their sheets, right? Then after that, from that data, we can have a dashboard. Just 1 second. See here, this type of dashboards you can prepare for any KPI based work, key performance indicators, right? See here, the objective of this dashboard was that the CA firm wants to analyze that what is the status of the tasks which are working in their firm, right? So here they just want to analyze that which are the tasks pending from client side, which are the tasks pending from their that firm, or which are the tasks that are complete. So what happens that they just click over here and their complete dashboard will change. Let's say I want to see that what are the tasks that are pending from client side. So this tasks are, let's say tax audit task is pending, GSTR 3B is pending, GSTR 1 is pending. So let's say if I want to see that for particularly, let's say Mansi, who is employee, for that staff, which are the tasks are pending. So for her, these 2 tasks are pending, right? So this dashboard is changing. Then who are the clients, right? So then just click over here and the client names will be available like this. So this type of, what I really want to make you understand is, this type of dashboards can help you in decision making, can help you to decide the strategy, to decide that where you need to focus. If you manage this type of dashboards for whatever work, or let's say might be possible that nowadays people started moving from internal audit, the big paper reports, from they are just presenting in this way because people are not of not having that much tabular reports and all the things in mind. When they just get just on from the table, that they just when they just go out of the room, they will not be able to recall all the things, right? But whenever they want to have some strategical decisions, then they will surely follow this type of dashboards, will help them that whatever strategy, let's say whatever work, let's say Nishant is not available for 5 days, then here from here we can have an idea that what all work he was doing, how many tasks are pending for him. So for this type of dashboards, we can use and we can decide that the strategies that this will help in a certain way. And you can have a strategies that, okay, I need to focus on this thing, I need to focus on that thing. So this type of dashboards are, you can say, analytics of your data, your KPI, key performance indicators, analyzing and deciding a solution. So I would say CAs, from tick marking to just vouching to verification and all, are just gone are the days when people really expect that you need just vouching all the invoices and all. They really want value added services also, right? So this type of dashboards you can provide them, and the client to whom you are providing will be very much happy that you are using a technology and you are giving them some solutions which really helping them, right? So now I hope you all have filled that form. Let me see, just So here I would say that analytics for big data, right, where I think it is working. Some people have not, they are just filling the forms, not complete details again. So let me take one other case study, right? Just 1 second. See here, I have one other case study. Here, if any one of you is working for Ind AS lease liability and ROU calculations, then you might be having a complete idea that how the things are working for it, right? So, just 1 minute. So, or if you have not worked for Ind AS, or if you're not having idea for Ind AS, then you surely having idea of loan amortization schedules, right? That what happens in Ind AS, that so, they do some lease contracts, right? Lease rental contracts for the branches or the property which they have all over India. They do some lease contracts, right? So this type of details are available with us. That this is the branch, this is the whether that nature of cash flow is what, rent or interest free deposits, then period of contract, and how much is the cash flow for that period, right? And in this they need to calculate lease liability and right of use assets. Also for interest free deposits, they need to prepare notional interest calculations, right? So this type of, let's say, for here, let's take one example of Anand branch. For them, here as you can see that this is the contract period, right? And this is the rental amount. So for this period, total period, we need to create a present value of that cash flows. Then just 1 second. Here, present value of that cash flows, then every month, it is the balance sheet disclosure requirement that quarterly they need to show that how much is the interest, how much is the notional interest for interest free deposits, right? So they need to have this amortization schedule for whatever period of that lease rental contract was there, right? So accordingly, whatever rental details you fill over here, let's say now I remove this 2 branches, right? And the same way which I shown you that code, for this thing also into backend some code is there. And now I am taking this, let's say Bharuch branch, and this rental details are there. I just paste it over here for fast working. See, otherwise it was this many contracts were there, different contracts. So for this type of complex work, as we have seen in starting, that any big data or any complex data where you have to prepare such schedule, loan amortization schedule, some different balance sheet disclosure requirements were there, right? So accordingly, let's say I have just changed Bharuch branch over here, and now I am changing, I'm just doing refreshing my data, and I want the details now only for the Bharuch branch. So how, see, within just fraction of second, all the data of Bharuch branch is now available over here, right? So, and that too, you can have a like balance sheet disclosures in a might be a fancy thing, but this type of summary figures also you can prepare and you can automate. See, once you have worked, after that there is no brain activity is there, right? So what you can do is you can automate that task and you can work on that, right? So your task will get be completed very faster and your time will get saved. So now, Ashita, I would like whether I would just want to know that whether any query sessions will be there. Can we open a forum for query?
Right now we don't have any questions, so I think you can carry on with the session.
Okay. Actually, I have. Have you received that form link? Which I have tried for that practical dashboards. So I think have you filled that form?
I have not received any form.
I have seen sent that for link into
Link.
chat box.
A link is not. I could not see the link actually.
Acha, okay, so might be possible that other people will not be able to see, right?
Yeah, might be.
Actually, I have planned that I will show the real dashboard, that whatever activity, how is the total people are working, and based on that I have created one report.
Okay.
So anyways, just let me see. So any open queries will not be there.
No.
Open query platform.
We will be having open queries, but right now we don't have any questions on the link.
Okay, so questions we can see from where?
I'll read it. I'll read it for you as soon as they come. But right now there are no questions.
Okay. Okay. So the people who are listening, I would like to open it now for you people that if you have any queries, you can just put on a chat box. And by that time,
There are no questions yet. Participants, if you wish to ask any question, kindly put the questions on the chat box.
okay. As automation is something like a case study based, then people can have a more connection that this type of automation can be possible. So I have kept my presentation more of case study based. Let me show you. Just 1 minute, Ashita. See, there is one other case study of, I think screen is not. Any big data where you have to work on a very voluminous data. Might be possible that data is structured, might be possible that data is not structured. Then here I have one other case study. There is one mutual fund distributor who are working in mutual funds, right? So they need to reconcile their trails. They need to see that whether the whatever trail income they have received are as per their calculation or as per whether it is there as per their calculation or not, whether they have received less trail, they have received they have not at all received some trails that which they should. Then for that thing, here there are some technical parameters, right? That some trails are if we have not done KYC, then the mutual fund distributor is not getting that trail. So what happens that the way coding which I have shown you, you can apply logical things into your data, and you can automate that whether whatever transaction. Here we have two sets of data. One is asset management company, and the other data is from, let's say, one mutual fund distributor, right? Then both the parties, they need to reconcile the data. So how they can do reconciliations? So taking the data from AMC and taking the data of that mutual fund distributor, we can here that complete data was there. I just see here, if you can see 88,000 rows are there, right? So some logics you can apply. You understand, first of all, you understand the process which client is doing in their data when they are doing a manual task, how they are working, what exactly they are doing. Understand that process and then apply logics, data science if you have heard about. Then create some logics and apply into backend of the any tool, and it will then just run that tool. It will give you an automated solution. So let's say here that there are three parameters exactly, that whether that trail is received or not. Then trail is not received due to what? KYC withheld, due to EU and withheld. See, this is just one example, right? Whenever you can have an automated solution for let's say you are getting a trial balance from Tally or any other software, or might be possible that client is having a data on 2 or 3 softwares. Then when a CA office is doing internal audit, what they do, they just giving a time and compilation of all that report, all that data, and then creates a report, right? So what basically is required is just have a raw data at one place, and then see that data is how that data is flowing, what data you need at which place, and then accordingly you can have a automated solution that you just run your tool and your complete internal audit report will be ready, right? So even if it's a big data, even if it's a complex data, you can always do automation through logical thinking, right? Just give a logical thinking that what yeah, not only logical, arithmetical and logical, both solution can turn up in an automated solution which runs like a superb, right? So with this, I complete my presentation over here. And thank you very much. Ashita?
Just let me check for any questions, if any.
Yeah.
There is the question regarding Excel dashboard. Can you please tell me what software is used?
There is, see, only it's that software is that dashboard is prepared only on Excel only. There is no software used. It's just that technically, I would say that latest license version of Excel is used, and actually it would be a great, I mean, it could have a great experience of dashboard for live data of us. because I have given a thought that I will share with all of you a link wherein you all put the data and you fill the data, and we can have an idea of that live dashboard, that how that dashboard is prepared. But unfortunately, it not worked as I thought. So that dashboards really works on Excel only. I mean, there is no software is used. It's just that into backend we have used Power Query for some automated things which are required, and otherwise it's purely on Excel only.
Do we have any more questions? So I guess there are no more questions.
Yeah.
Thank you, madam, very much for your insights and the way you have taken up the session practically. Thank you very much for your valuable time.
Ashita,
think-
not audible.
Your voice is not audible, Ashita. Still not audible, Ashita. Not yet, Ashita. You can join from mobile.
Am I audible?
Ashita, you are audible, I think, but the sound is echoing.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, better.
So thank you, ma'am, for your insights, and I'm really sorry for the technical glitches. Moving on to next session, we have with us CA Siddharth Agarwal, who will share his words of wisdom with us. CA Siddharth Agarwal is a creative, logical, and enthusiastic chartered accountant having experience of finance function leadership, financial planning, and executing projects of audits, project financing, management consultancy across diverse industries. He has approx 12 years of experience in the areas of finance, budgeting, reporting, corp accounting, assurance, advisory, taxation, corporate law, NGO setup, corporate consultancy, etc. He is currently working as CFO of Aventor Performance Materials India Private Limited. Company is US-based pharma company and is subsidiary of Fortune 500 company. He had prior experience of working with Big Four firms in the audit division, providing services to several clients across several sectors, including automobile industry, chemical industry, FMCG, power generation, and service industry. His professional work includes financial management, financial planning and analysis, and budgeting. With this brief introduction, I welcome to you, sir. Over to you.
Thank you. Thanks, Ashita. Uh, Thanks for your presentation, and I would like to thank Charmi as well for the detailed insights. So before starting my presentation, let me thank Mr. Nandaji, who is really an inspiring personality, and he obviously hold multiple dignified positions in our institute. Mr. Amit, who is our co-speaker, Mr. Amit, who is our vice chair, I think, who is part of this meeting, and our moderator, Ms. Ashita. So now addressing to all the attendees, first of all, very good evening and welcome to all of you for the webinar on this interesting topic of automation in the CA profession. I'm going to share my thoughts on the data analytics and its role in CA profession. I have summarized the same in my presentation. Purpose of this presentation is to make you aware about data analytics and cover each and every aspect of the analytics. Though the presentation is a bit lengthy, but I'll quickly move around the topics. I have knowingly summarized in a way that it should give you a detailed sense in the available time slots. I would request you to please park your questions for the later stage of the presentation. So now let's start the journey to understand more on the data analytics. Please allow me to present my screen. Please confirm if the screen is visible. Ashita, if you can confirm if it's visible.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Great. Thank you. Thanks for the confirmation. So data analytics in CA profession, that's the subtopic of this interesting webinar. So let me give you a brief of the contents. What are we going to cover, and what are the subtopics of this presentations? First of all, I'm going to cover why data analytics, what is the need, then the role of data analytics in the audits, data analytics roles in other finance functions, tools. We are going to cover about tools for data analytics, and then we are going to talk about data analytics. What is the current trend? What is the future technology trends? And then the commonly used statistical models for practical data analytics, which we use to do in our routine life. And then in the end, we are going to see about the data analytics usages. I'm on the first slide of my presentation. Please confirm if it's moving as well. Ashita, if you can confirm.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Great, thank you. So in the first slide or in the first topic, I'm going to cover why data analytics. So as we all know that data is the new oil. Data. So I have just put in the thoughts of two good pupils. One is a management thinker, Mr. W. Edwards Deming. He's based at USA. Like he has quoted, "In God we trust. For all other things, please bring data." So that's the relevance of the data. So again, Mr. Ronald Coase, who is a Nobel Prize winner of 1991, he has quoted, "Torture the data and it will confess to anything." So I think these two sentences, these two quotes, effectively bring the importance of the data on the table. So with these two quotes, I'm moving ahead for the next slide, wherein I have tried to summarize that why data analytics is used. In today's information age, data is everywhere and ever increasing. We are leaving digital footprints when we use the internet right from the desktop, laptops, and even to our wristbands. Traditionally, businesses have been capturing data from internal accounting, operations like CRM, payroll, and inventory. But in the digital age, external data like website traffic, social media feeds have become equally critical. So in the light of these statements, I think data analytics is the thing which is very much required. I am going to cover some of the important terms which are in trend or which are in fashion or common parlance in terms of data analytics when we talk about data analytics. So one of them is management information system. So basically, management information systems are essentially reports which are designed to address standard and repetitive information that was required maybe periodically by the management. And why management requires this information? Because that is helpful for their decision making. So this is one. Again, the next term is data warehouse. So basically, whatever data we are talking about, that is stored in a database in the form of tables, and then it is moved to a staging area for transformation, and then to a data warehouse. So the next term is artificial intelligence, which we used to hear in our day-to-day life more commonly in today's age. Artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning. So these are the very common areas. Business intelligence, business analytics. So if we talk about business analytics primarily use past and present data to predict future trends. And this is a very helpful tool. Basically, BA tools are used to help make strategic decisions regarding new market opportunities, improving customer relationships, and all those things. So moving ahead to the next point is advanced analytics. So in advanced analytics, so this is primarily scientific methods, and this advanced analytics includes processes to extract insights and information from a structured and unstructured data. Generally, advanced analytics are applied on the large set of data. Advanced analytics is the autonomous or semi-autonomous examination of data or content which is being used by sophisticated techniques and tools, typically beyond BI and BA, to discover deeper insights. So moving ahead to the next common term which we hear is the big data. The term big data is frequently used while describing data analytics. So what is big data? Big data is all kind of data structured. When we say structured data, data organized in a formatted database. And next is unstructured data. Unstructured data is also part of big data, whereas that data that does not have predefined data models. Examples could be documents, images, videos, and all those. So basically, next is semi-structured data, wherein this is primarily unorganized data, but has some associated information like metadata tagging and all that. So these are the terms which are used in common parlance when we talk about data analytics. Although big data does not equate to any specific volume of data, big data deployments often involve terabytes, petabytes, and even exabytes of data captured over time. Big data analytics can lead to positive business-related outcomes like more effective marketing, better customer service, improved operational efficiency. So these are the outcomes which big data analytics give, and firms and across the industry that is being used. Moving to the next slide, then here I have presented the type of data analytics. We have primarily 4 types of data analytics. One is descriptive analytics. As the name suggests, this descriptive analytics tells us that what
Siddharth ji?
happened.
Hello.
Yeah, Charmi.
Sorry to interrupt, but your slides are not moving.
Okay, let me just. Can you please confirm if it's moving now?
See, till now it's why data analytics only, no descriptive analytics wala slide.
Okay. So why data analytics is a main topic. Then you will have type of data analytics. Please confirm if the slide if the right
For
slide
type
is.
of data analytics, there is a different slide, right?
Yeah, for type of data analytics, there's a different slide.
But
Right.
it is not. It is showing that why data analytics.
So right now, sir, we are on slide number 5.
Okay, so I'm
Important
talking
terms.
about slide number 8. Okay. Let me just stop sharing and then I'll reshare. Thanks for the timely notification. Just give me a second. Just let me know if it is visible.
Yes, sir. Right now it is slide number 5.
Yeah. I'm enlarging it and then I'm going to slide number 8. Can you please confirm if we are at slide number 8 now?
Yes, sir. We are on slide number 8.
And I hope it is on full screen, right? Because there's a
Yes.
lot of text going around. I would like all the attendees to at least view. Yeah. So type of data analytics, when I talk about, there are primarily 4 type of analytics. One is descriptive analysis, as the name suggests. So this kind of analytics only shows that what actually happened. Then we come to know on the next point is diagnostic analytics, which effectively tells us why it happened. And we are going to see the examples also of those type of analytics. Third is predictive analytics, where this kind of analytics tells us that what is likely to happen. I have knowingly made the bold of the sentences that descriptive is what happened, diagnostic is why it happened, as the name suggests. Predictive, again, in the predictive analytics, we actually try to predict that what is likely to happen. In the prescriptive analytics, we are going to see that what action is to be taken. It's a kind of prescription or recommendations as to what action is to be taken. So these are 4 type of different type of data analytics. Now moving to the next slide, wherein I have jotted down the examples. So for descriptive analytics, say the example is monthly statewide sales during 2021 shows sales down 24%, 12% during the next quarter, 2% during this quarter. So basically it reflects that what happened. Diagnostic analytics, again, the example is lockdown caused by COVID-19 and consequent closure of retail outlets. So primarily, this is a kind of diagnostic analytics, which gives us the reason that why it happened. And then predictive analytics, which states that with lockdown relaxed and normal activity rebounding, sales during Q4 will be 5% higher than the same during the last year. So it's a kind of, if you can see on the first slide, that what is likely to happen. So if I hope you will be able to correlate the examples with the nature of these analytics. Again, the prescriptive analytics, Prescriptive analytics, the way we mentioned that what action is to be taken, it reflects about the prescriptive analytics. So example for that is shifting to a hybrid model of in-store and online sales may result to an increase of 16% sale during 21-22. Obviously, the numbers are just created just to make you comfortable and just to give you a more detail on the examples. So moving to the next.
Sir, can we have this on a presentation mode if the slides are not clearly legible?
Just please confirm if these are on the presentation mode now.
No. Can we go to the slideshow and show the slide on a full screen, please?
Give me a second. Sure. I hope it's visible now on the slideshow mode.
So no, it's not yet on the slideshow mode. Can we have a full screen of the slides? Screen.
They are on the full screen.
Yes. Now this is perfect.
Is this perfect now?
Yes, sir. This is perfect.
Great. So I hope. Okay. So we were at the examples of descriptive analytics and diagnostic analytics. Again, predictive and prescriptive analytics. Here, then there comes to a different type of analytics where we are saying that exploratory and confirmatory data analytics. In this analytics, no clear hypothesis is stated before analyzing the data, and the data is searched for models that describe the data as well. So exploratory data analytics start by framing questions about what to do with the data and then finding out the best way to manipulate the data or articulate the data to find the answer. So this basically involves understanding data structure, identifying missing or erroneous data, establishing a margin of error, and figuring out hypotheses. So moving ahead, I'm going to cover about who are the users of these analytics, and I have listed down the users of data analytics also. So first of all, the primary user is businesses that are using data analytics to improve operations, strategize the future. Most modern e-commerce businesses are thriving only because of the advanced use of data analytics. Example, I think we can talk about Netflix users viewership to recommend the shows that you are likely to be interested in. More than that, it can be it can use these large data to create its own content and direct it to the target audience, virtually guaranteeing success. So next user we can say that they are governments. Governments, if you can see, are using they started using the data analytics like anything. Governments are using these to predict major problems and take preemptive actions before they turn into crisis. The areas where they are being put to use are natural calamities, like measuring of natural calamities, defense, internal security, etc. So other users are various scientific disciplines wherein the use of data analytics in scientific research cannot be overemphasized. Some of the examples which I have quoted here is use of satellite imagery to analyze and predict climate models, use of patient data to prevent epidemics, reduce healthcare costs, and improve timely healthcare. Again, the next user could be tax department. World over, tax authorities are collecting more data. Again, they are like, if we talk about India, it's all about income tax related data, GST data. These authorities, like, they are sharing data among various other government departments and are using this big data to increase tax revenue, enforce compliances, and bring more transparency in the tax administration system. Uh, we all know that there's a faceless assessment in income tax as well in our India. So basically, these are the some of the users. Here are a few more examples of how the tax administration is using data analytics in India. GST department has full network diagram of each SSE. This is made possible by correlating information collated from income tax and customs. And in the industry, we face some notices which are effectively from GST, but the GST department has taken the information from cross-functional departments. So this has made it possible to pinpoint firms who have resorted to fake bill usage, even if they have resorted to a complex web of firms to route these transactions. Again, the income tax department has started Project Insight and dedicated center called Income Tax Transaction Analysis Center. This center uses data analytics in improving tax administration work. Among the other things, the project will use the social media data of taxpayers, interestingly, and analyze expenditure patterns. This is rupees 1,000 crore rupees of worth of project and is aimed at deterring non-compliances and improving tax collections. So these are the primary data users. And now let's talk about the advantage of data analytics, like where data analytics can be helpful. So the volumes, complexities, variety of the data are increasing exponentially at all levels of the organization. Analytics is a solution required to get the information of this ever-growing data, and various benefits can be derived on revenue, expenses, market share, and reputation. So one is better decision making. Obviously, with the help of data, we can decide. Anyone can decide, even if it's a professional, even if it's a corporate or an individually. So anyone can decide, can take better decisions, improved and transparent decisions. So same is with marketing and customers. Data analytics basically assist in identifying and creating new product and service revenue streams. Marketing and sales groups actually invest a lot in the data analytics, helping them to tap new geographies, to analyze new business models and generate higher revenue. So again, everything comes at a cost. There are some challenges as well, data analytics related challenges. So I've tried to jot it down these challenges as well. So overall business structure. Analytics is basically managed by a variety of functions within a company, and wide range of functions benefit from analytics. More structure around the coordination and alignment is needed to realize the impact and benefits of a company's data throughout the organization. Sometimes a lot of projects are done in silos by each function. So this is one of the challenge wherein data analytics, we see data analytics at a challenging mode. Again, the data management is a key barrier. Data management, again, a specific level of data management is required to make analytical projects successful. The GIGO principle, the way we say, we all are aware about the GIGO principle, garbage in, garbage out principle applies everywhere. If the input is wrong, obviously the output is not going to be the best and even at the good level. To get the best out of the project, proper data mining and data warehousing solution is required. So these are the effective challenges which we face during data analytics. Now let's talk about how data analytics can be used in audits. So this point is covered. So as of now, data analytics is not mandatory as per current auditing standards, wherein we all the professional firms are using data analytics in audit as well. So changing audit scenario, requirement for fraud reporting. So as we know that Companies Act requires the auditors to report frauds, suspected frauds discovered during the audit to the central government. So basically, auditor has to actively plan the audit procedure to comply with this reporting requirements. Thus, the expectations from the auditors have increased significantly. Most large frauds involve senior management, and the statutory auditor is not in a position to easily find the fraudulent collusion between the senior management and the third parties. Data analytics can help the auditor to meet such growing expectations from the audit. Again, the second area wherein we can use the data analytics in audit is ERP systems. As we all know, there is the role of ERP is rapidly increasing. So modern integrated computer systems are implemented across the organization. And ERP, I think the basic feature in the ERP is that it is integrated to all the modules. Financial statements, financial transactions are generated not just by accounting team, but automatically by each operating unit in the company during the course of their day-to-day activity. Such large ERP enterprise resource planning systems are expected to have built-in checks and controls to ensure the accuracy of the data. For example, it may not be possible to create an invoice from an ERP system unless there is an adequate inventory in the system for the respective item. So there is a built-in check for inventory and invoicing. So ERP systems are also expected to allow granular segregation of duties and have strong access controls and authorizations. This can enhance the quality of data generated by the ERP system and make it more reliable and accurate. So if the general information technology controls, there are GITCs, which we call in the professional language, have passed the test for designing effectiveness and operating effectiveness for the period under audit. And if the automated controls and automated accounting procedure have been properly configured, the auditor can place a high degree of reliance on the output of such ERP systems. So, but at the same time, again, ERP systems tend to increase the complexity of the transaction flow. The auditor has to understand the ERP transactions and controls to identify risk of material misstatements on which they are supposed to report. It may not be possible to have a proper trail of approvals and authorizations, controls compromised, especially cases of management override of control cannot be identified easily by a sample-based audit. So these are the areas wherein we use the data analytics in audit. Again, there are computer-assisted audit techniques. So those are evolved into advanced data analytics. So basically, computer-assisted audit techniques are also used by auditors to query the data and find pattern around that. Specialized softwares can be used, like all the Big Four uses separate softwares. And those softwares can be used to extract and sort data, summarize and stratify it. Data analytics is, of course, a computer-assisted thing, but the massive increase in available computing power and better software to handle big data has led to evolution of CAATs into big data analytics. So data analytics goes much beyond CAATs. Data analytics can harness the organization's semi-structured and unstructured data as well, which is often much bigger than the structured data of financial accounting systems. Data analytics enables the auditors to make more effective use of visualization technique for meeting the audit objectives. So a few major type of analysis that can be performed using data analytics software are where we can see which are the accounts which those are used more frequently. What are the accounts which are not used frequently? All those transactions wherein cash is debited and revenue is credited, to identify all those cash sales, unusual time, holidays, amounts having round numbers or some same ending numbers, accounts having significant estimates or period adjustments. So next best uses duplicate analysis and gap analysis. This can be performed on the data such as invoice numbers on bank transactions, wherein we can easily identify with the help of data analytics where are the duplicate invoices, where are the duplicate amount or same amount bank transactions. The software can easily detect duplicate invoices or missing dates in the bank statements. It can also be used to find duplicate payments to vendors. Again, the trend analysis is an area where we can use data analytics in the audit. With the help of data analytics, we can review the trends in the audits. This, so for example, we can say the sales to related parties by a company in 2 financial years. If the sale has grown more, maybe we can look into the reasons why sale has grown, and vice versa. So this can highlight the outliers from the trend line, which can be taken up to further scrutiny. And data analytics is quite fast and enabler in that. Again, if you see, the next thing is ratio analysis. We can, or auditors can use, any auditor can use data analytics in analyzing the ratios, wherein we generally see gross margin, working capital turnover, inventory, DIO, DSOs. So this can bring out anomalies that need further investigations. Again, regression analysis. This is a advanced statistical technique which is used for data analytics. A time series regression uses data from previous periods to predict the amounts for future periods. So it's a kind of very mathematical kind of analysis. Regression analysis helps in identification of potential misstatement, potential for material misstatements. So now let's come to. I hope my screen is moving right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thanks. So moving ahead to the issues or the challenges which are being used in the audits if we use the data analytics. So again, everything comes at a cost. So we need to be very cautious as well while using the data analytics in audit, because current audit standards do not mandate the usage of data analytics during the various stages of audit. Although data analytics may enable the auditor to gain new insights into the client's business and speed up the audit test. So these are the challenges basically, wherein privacy, confidentiality, and security issues. Companies are reluctant to share their complete data sets with the auditors for analysis. They fear that potential leakage of data, since the data may contain some confidential information as well, and loss of competitive advantage. So various governments have been increasing the privacy laws related to capturing and retaining personal information. Auditors have to be very careful in ensuring compliance with such regulatory requirements. This can add to the compliance cost as well. So again, availability of trained professionals, trained personals for data analytics. It's not easy to get trained people to do the insightful data analysis. If scripts are to be used to analyze data, the scripts must first be tested for all test cases and modified till expected results for all test cases give the correct results. So documentation of testing of the scripts for all versions need to be archived and maintained. So these are the effectively some of the challenges when we use the data analytics in the audit. So now moving ahead to the third topic, which is data analytics for other finance functions. When I'm saying other, that means we have already covered the data analytics in audit. Now we are going to see that for other finance functions, how we can use the data analytics. So first is benchmarking. So we all know that what is benchmarking. Basically, most businesses want to measure the performance of their company's products or services against their competition. Other complementing products or against another complementing industry. Hence, benchmarking with the best in the class or comparison is one of the most demanded exercises in analysis. Tax department and auditors also have started using benchmarking extensively to compare profitability percentages across the industry. or compare the price charged to a sister associate concern with the market price. As we all know that in our TP practices, benchmarking is one of the methods. So benchmarking can be done from the publicly available data at various levels. Example, for example, we can talk about at the company level, at the aggregated industry level, aggregated at the city or state level. The source of the data for benchmarking could be data are available with the government portals like GST related information, income tax, MCA, data filed with the stock exchanges, data industry level studies and research carried out by various ministries. So these are the sources wherein data can be picked and are they are available at public platform. So anyone can pick those data, study them, and benchmark with that data, depending upon the industry, depending upon the economy. So these are the primary usage wherein we can use the data analytics in benchmarking. And type of when I'm saying type of benchmark analysis, there are like we can segregate benchmarking analysis also. So absolute numbers like turnover, quantity sold, production capacity, etc. Other variables like price charge, market capitalization, etc. Ratios like gross margin, working capital, again DIO, DSOs, so all those things. We can benchmark against these type of analysis. We can benchmark that, for example, for pharma industry, DSO should be 60 days. So we can compare that if the other pharma industry or the industry we want to analyze uh, is at 60 days DSO or at 90 days DSO. All those analysis can be done with help of data analytics and benchmarking. So moving ahead to the next slide, wherein you can see data analytics for other finance functions. One was benchmarking, second was management information. So management is also effectively using data analytics across various analyses and for the purpose of getting profitability, for the purpose of better transparency. So again, same investors and lender informations also. So data analytics can be used in this area as well. Investors and lenders are in the continuous hunt for new opportunities to invest, track the health of their existing investments, exit strategies from their matured existing investments. Benchmarking and MIS are very relevant from the investor's standpoint as well. Investors also use the data from various other sources like Credit Information Bureau, private and government players like CIBIL, Equifax, credit scores analyzed by the reputed private and government rating agencies. So these are the areas wherein we can use the data analytics for investors and lenders as well. Again, next is next usage of data analytics for other finance functions is a tax function. So basically, the role of tax function is changing rapidly. Typically, it was expected of the tax department to look at the historical and present data to ensure compliance in tax planning. But now with the data analytics tool, the tax department is expected to dig deep into the historical data to find more insights, and they are going to come up with predictive analysis. Some examples are detecting potential errors and non-compliance risks, modeling tax implications of certain events like the sale of a business unit, predicting tax implications on changes in external and internal conditions, interpreting tax laws, a better understanding of the tax environment. So the last field wherein data analytics can be used is financial statement analytics. We all know that financials are numbers, primarily numbers. So basically, different people do financial analysis for different purposes. But overall, three objectives of financial statement analysis: financial position, operating results, and cash flow. Three major financial statements are analyzed: are balance sheet, profit and loss, and the cash flow statement. Based on this, the general framework of financial statement analysis consists of solvency analysis, profitability analysis, and operational capability. So balance sheet basically represents the solvency analysis. Profit and loss statement represents the profitability analysis, and the cash flow represents the operational capability analysis and capital structure. So, for example, the internal department of the company focuses on analyzing compliance with financial policies and standards, capital appreciation, capital maintenance, allocation of resources effectively. Investors focus on analyzing the profitability, use of funds, understanding investment returns and investment risk, etc. Creditors actually focus on analyzing the solvency of the company, the degree of financial security. So, comprehensive financial statement analysis primarily consists of different type of analysis, which may include solvency analysis, wherein we used to see these kind of ratios which are mentioned on the slide, like current ratio, quick ratio, cash ratio. All these ratios basically represent that how much solvent the company is. So next is profitability analysis, wherein we used to see sales margin, sales expenses ratio. These are just illustrative list of ratios. So profitability analysis, we used to see return on equity, net profit margin ratio. Again, the operational capability analysis, we used to see account receivable turnover days, which we call DSOs, account receivable turnover rate, account payable turnover days, which we call DPO. So inventory turnover, which we call DIO. So these are the ratios in terms of days, time. So we see for operational capability purposes. Capital structure analysis. For capital structure analysis, we see total debt to equity ratio, long-term debt to equity ratio. So these are the primary type of functions wherein we can use data analytics other than the audit. So let me move ahead to tools. What kind of tools we have for data analytics? So I'm moving to the next slide, wherein I'm going to summarize about the tools for data analytics. So primarily, big data sets can be analyzed only if the data is made available to the software in a certain cleansed format and ironed up even in a specific field type and structures. But most data sets have a lot of issues in terms of the formats, structures, spellings, etc. Data cleansing and aligning is the most critical part of the data analytics project, but unfortunately is less thought of while strategizing this project. Hence, the role of the tools called ETL. ETLs primarily are the tools to extract, transform, and load the data for further analysis becomes very critical. There is another school of thought which believes in extracting, then loading, and then transforming the data for ELT tools. So some school of thought calls it ETL and the other one calls it ELT. So basically these tools help to build pipeline through which the data from multiple sources is brought together. And then the data is cleansed and stored for analysis in a place called data warehouse or data lake. Many software for visualization and analysis also have these tools which are inbuilt, ETL tools which are inbuilt. However, there are many specialized tools that can intuitively and easily handle this cleansing process of data. So basically, I'm going to cover about the tools, wherein tools for data analytics. So I hope my slide is visible, and broadly we can classify these tools into 5 categories. One is spreadsheets, second is business intelligence, third is audit analytical tools, and fourth is programming language tools, and fifth is industry specific tools. So for the spreadsheets, so basically there are 2 things that a chartered accountant cannot do without: accounting, ERP system, and a spreadsheet. While spreadsheets are great tools for entering and presenting financial information, they have evolved over a while to provide sophisticated analytical tools. There are several spreadsheet tools available, but Microsoft Excel remains the most common. A few examples of data analytics formulas being used in Excel are like VLOOKUPs, HLOOKUPs. Now we talk about XLOOKUPs as well. Countaves, pivot tables. We normally feel and uh, normally deal with these kind of tools in the Excel and our day-to-day routine functions. Google spreadsheets, Microsoft Access, so they also provide similar kind of functions. So spreadsheet is one tool. Second is business intelligence. BI tools are used to collect data from various sources. These may be structured data or unstructured data. The data may include accounting records, images, emails. After collecting such a large amount of information from diverse sources, these tools permit running queries to find insights. These tools also provide several methods to create reports, dashboards, and other data visualization for a meaningful presentation of information. So if you can see this picture wherein we can see that the data is presented in a very colorful, in a very synchronized manner, and we can see the data from various type of reports. So moving to the next slide, wherein audit analytical tools is the another tool talking about industry specific tools. So basically, these are the tools which are useful for internal auditors, external auditors, fraud investigators, accountants, and compliance professionals. So these are BI tools. They allow multiple data to be collated. And the key functionalities which are covered under these tools are filter and extract, merge, match, and reconcile. So track duplicates, extract samples as well. There are tools which help us in extracting the samples as well in the capacity of auditors, be it internal auditor or external auditor. Some of such tools are IDEA, ACL, Teammate Analytics. So moving ahead to the next thing is programming language, wherein data scientists use several programming languages in their work. Programming allows the creation of specific analytical solutions which may not be available in other ready-to-use softwares. So generally, the most common and famous programming languages these days are Python and R programming. So Python is basically a general purpose programming language, and since its inception in 1991, it has become very popular. What has made it suitable for data analytics is the availability of several libraries which make data manipulation very powerful. Similarly, R programming is an open source programming language, which is primarily meant for data analytics. So according to our official website of R project, R is the language and environment for statistical computing and graphics. So R can be easily learned by someone without prior coding experience. And after a while, one can even write a new statistical model. There are a lot of courses, short-term courses available on these languages as well. Moving ahead to the industry-specific tools. So basically, for industry-specific tools, there are specialized audit tools, report writers. Industry-specific tools can be server-based. They can be business intelligence-based programming languages. So these are the tools for data analytics. For now, we have come to the visualization tools. Like there are tools for visualizing the data as well. The visualization makes the data communicate the required message to its reader. It makes a lot of sense to see the visual trends, charts, graphics, and then to go through the huge chunks of data tables. So the sales dashboard, CEO dashboard are the examples of visualization of relevant data. So primarily, visualization tools have some common features, which are multiple databases. We can extract data from multiple databases and combine them for visualization. Relationship building. So basically, another feature is that this makes the data colorful, interactive, and graphical as well. So basically, these are the features which are due to which this visualization tools are used. And what are the common visualization tools in the market? If we see Power BI, Power BI is basically developed by Microsoft. It is a tool born from the combination of Power Query and Power Pivot, popular analytical tools in later versions of Excel. Power BI comes with very good visualization support with the ease of Excel. So finance professionals are most used to it. Power BI comes with a mobile application as well. So this makes it easy for publishing the data on the go to the users with the interact go to okay. So this makes it easy for publishing the data on the go to the users and interacting with the team. This can be a great starting point for the journey into the data analytics. Moving ahead, another tool is Tableau, Zoho reports. As Chami also mentioned, that this is a lightweight and completely cloud-based analytical solution. This can be used in a pay-as-you-go model. It's very simple and intuitive. This is made with the intent to adopt analytics by a non-technical persons. Moving to the next topic, data analytics. What is the current trend? Where are we in terms of future technology trends? So data analytics, if we see, our smartphones carry all the data needed for us to be productive all the day long, from calendars to calculators, home energy notifications to transportations, options, and food delivery services to weather forecasts. We take these conveniences for granted, but when some of them do not work, we feel the absence most. So, with the increase in social media in terms of posts, images, videos, audio, location tagging, with the increase in proactiveness by the businesses for improving customer experiences, customer satisfaction, and getting customer feedback, the scale of big data is also huge. So increase in transaction volumes and increase in frauds, cyber attacks, machines generating data themselves, it would practically become impossible for humans to manually analyze the data and reach conclusions. It take timely decisions. In such a situation, how does an enterprise drive business effectively? The answer lies in harnessing this data challenge via new age technologies. The world's biggest technological breakthroughs are happening in the areas big data, business intelligence, cloud, Internet of Things, and artificial intelligence. So I've tried to cover all those aspects here: algorithms, uh, all the new age technologies like machine learning, data mining, statistical models, IoTs in the some form. There are various type of algorithms, and depending upon the specific requirements, either one or combination of many algorithms are used. Some of the algorithms are classification algorithm, regression algorithm, segmentation algorithms, association algorithms, sequence analysis algorithms. So I'm going to quickly cover this in the interest of time, since I have some more slides also. And some of the functions in which algorithms are used are related to IT infrastructure, healthcare industry, sales and marketing also use these algorithms. Where they use these algorithms are use market analysis and target audience to determine product placement. And this is very common in today's scenario. Forecast next year's sales, suggest additional products to a customer for the purchases, as we would have felt this on Zomato and Swiggy also. And these are the algorithms through which these companies actually throw us the relevant product which we actually want to buy. Analyze survey data from visitors to an event to find which activities or booths were correlated to plan future activities. So these are the areas wherein algorithms are used. Moving to AI and machine learning. So that's the future stage wherein we are right now as well, and we are developing in these areas. Using ML algorithms, AI solutions can continuously improve based on the information they collect. AI and ML can analyze massive amounts of data, find patterns that a human would never see, and distribute data driven insights throughout the organization. Examples of data analytics using AI and ML could be in our daily life. ML and AI play an intrinsic role. Email spam filtering, which is very common, search engine results, music and media streamlining services, online ad services, social media feeds. So these are the examples. We can also see minimizing frauds. Machine learning allows for creating auto algorithms that process large data and help find hidden correlations between user behavior and the probability of fraudulent actions. So basically, financial service companies use this technology to track the social media feeds and social behavior of the customer, and the social predicts fraud, and then the solution predicts the fraudulent intentions. Such analytics can help in reviewing expense and vendor trends. For example, a specific airline and a hotel are always booked by a particular employee, can get a red flag to the finance head, and necessary training or actions can be planned to minimize the fraudulent intention if there are any fraudulent intentions. So credit worthiness assessment, predicting bad debts, these are the areas wherein we can use AI and MLs, process automations. Charmi also talked about this. So bank reconciliations, auto entries, invoice approvals. So these are the areas wherein AI and machine learning can be very, very helpful. Moving ahead to the next slide, wherein we are going to talk about Internet of Things. The Internet of Things describes the network of physical objects, which is things, that are embedded with the sensors, softwares, and other technologies to connect and exchange data with other devices. It enables devices to interact, collaborate, and learn from each other's experience, just like as humans we also do. So, according to Statistica, that's a site, the number of IoT connected devices is expected to reach 31 billion by this year end and grow to 75 billion by 2025. You can measure the growth from 31 billion by this year end to 75 billion by 2025 in a span of 2 years. So this is the time wherein we are growing in terms of IoT. These connected devices will produce huge amounts of data which can be analyzed and a lot of insights can be drawn. With connected devices, an organization will be able to collect more data than ever before, which can then be mined for trends offering insights into aspects of the business like computer purchasing habits and inventory. So daily life usage, we can see this Internet of Things examples like traffic camera sensors, IoT application wearables, connected home appliances. So these are the examples. Industry specific, if we see smart farming. So basically a greenhouse farming technique enhances the yield of the crops by controlling environment parameters. A greenhouse is equipped with IoT enabled devices for monitoring weather, soil composition, soil moisture levels, crop health and growth. The data can be analyzed to determine the best time to harvest plants and create fertilizer profiles and schedules. It then processes the data and applies a control action. So basically, we can use this IoT into smart farming also. This was one of the examples. We can use that into smart cities, industry, industrial security and safety. So sensors and cameras can be used to monitor the parameter of the restricted areas and detect trespassers in a non-authorized areas. Upon real-time analysis, alerts can be sent to smart devices as well. So small leaks of hazardous chemicals or pressure buildups can be identified as and mixed before they become serious problems. Identifying and fixing leaks of fluids reduces corrosion and minimize maintenance cost. So basically, in finance functions also we can use the Internet of Things and data analytics. So real time in finance function, it can be helpful for real time production, automated inventory monitoring and tracking, asset monitoring, predictive maintenance data, fleet monitoring data, wherein monitoring vehicles and other mobile assets. So for big data analytics with data mining, if we see big data after being stored in a data lake, it can be used for advanced analytics for the following, like data mining, predictive analytics. So all these other scenarios wherein big data analytics can be used, machine learning, deep learning, and text mining. So again, there's a new concept of blockchain. Blockchain is a distributed database that hosts a continuously growing number of records. The database stores record in blocks rather than collating them in a single file. Each block is then chained to a next block in linear or chronological order using a cryptographic signatures. As a result, records cannot be revised, and any attempted changes are visible to all the participants. So although blockchain technology is the foundation for cryptocurrency, these are there are variety of financial and accounting applications beyond the realm of cryptocurrency. With this unalterable blocks and secured record keeping capabilities, blockchain can offer valuable and trustworthy forensic trail. Healthcare companies can analyze products to identify signs of tampering or careless handling. Grocery stores can analyze and identify sources of contamination quickly. So basically, they can analyze the sources of contamination quickly in the event of a recall. Forensic data is readily available and transparent, eliminating the need to manually sift through the paper-based records. The analysis is real time, basically. So the product and sales recommendations. So these are the things wherein they can be used for enhanced securities, customer sentiment analysis. I've tried to jot down the areas where these things can be used. Automated data analytics. So the amount of data continues to grow, and not every data that comes in is useful for business. So businesses have to extract the useful ones, and they spend a lot of time, money, and efforts doing this. Data analysis automation will scan the useful data to be analyzed. It will lead to improved efficiency and effectiveness of the data. So moving ahead to the commonly used statistical model for all practical data analytics, which we use as humans, are mean. If we see, there are understanding the statistical models and concepts is required for data analytics. One of the very well-known and important concept of statistics is the measure of central tendency. Although this is a very basic model, it helps to create a lot of data models and representative trends. Some of these measures are described here. One could be mean. Arithmetic mean helps a lot in data analysis. The formula for deriving arithmetic mean is to divide the sum, as we all know, divide the sum of all the observations with the number of observations. It's just a mean. Example in the example given, it is important for the auditor to find out the average monthly sales to understand the size and scale of the company. So this average is also called the mean. So if you can see January, February, March, we have given in the table the sales for that month and then for another 12 months. So total months are 12 and the mean is just the average, the sum of the total sales and divided by the total number of months. So another very commonly used statistical model for data analytics is median. So the median is the middle number wherein the data is sorted in ascending or in the descending order. If you can see the examples, again, we have monthly sales plotted over here, and we can see in the descending form the November and May months are the median for this table and in this example. Next is mode, wherein most commonly occurring number in the observation is called mode. There can be one or more than one mode in the data set. So if you can see in the given example, in a service complex, several companies are working with a varying number of employees. The table below shows the number of employees in each company. The mode in the above case would be 10, as it occurs in the most of the observation in the data set. This represents that most companies in the service complex have 10 employees. So basically, if you can see column, company D has 10, company G has 10, and company L also has 10. So basically 10 is treated as the mode. So then another methods which we commonly use is standard deviation. So this is a kind of more methodical method. And then we have regression as well. So moving ahead to the next topic, which is usage of data analytics, and that's the last one. So where we can use like who can use, where we can use the data analytics. So it's the professional firms first. It is observed that small professional firms continue to rely heavily on the Microsoft Excel and to some extent inbuilt tools within accounting softwares as well for data analytics. The use of data analytics is also limited to audit functions, whereas large accounting firms are investing heavily in adopting data analytics, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. Such technology is being used across tax, auditing, consulting, and risk management. For example, a large audit firm has an AI-enabled document review platform that can review and extract relevant information from the contracts, reducing man hours spent on this process by up to 50%. So this helps in saving time. While large firms are creating their own platforms as well for effective data analytics, small and medium firms have access to the off access to off the shelf solutions. As these tools and softwares become more affordable, tax savvy, chartered accountants have started using them to have a cutting edge. With the accounting moving in line with business processes by implementation of the ERP system, as the focus on the corporate and IT governance increases, the issues around accuracy should go down. Also, the skill around checks and balances, which was a considered premium, one of the accountants could now be taken by the computer. This makes analytical skills on the available data a significant one for the professionals to acquire, so as to differentiate themselves from the competition. So, besides professional firms, data analytics usage is used by finance professionals in the industry. So basically, finance function and finance professionals have always been the custodian and curators of financial data. Whether it's bringing the data together or distributing the information, many reporting processes have been involved with a great deal of effort of information assembly, validation, and then reporting. The activity has become mundane and never ending over time. But with the advent of new age technologies, regular reporting can become comparatively easy. Finance professionals can use this data analytics and report a lot more insights. Some of the finance professionals using the data analytics with the help of new age technologies have taken a completely new role in the organization. So, strategy. The third thing wherein data analytics is used, the finance professional is now seen as a strategist. So, this is the new role of finance professional. The data analytics allow finance to track key performance indicators, monitor ongoing results and performances, and inform the business or make recommendations to the business. Finance professionals can bridge the gap between strategic and operational decision making with analytics. It is a difference between managing the business and running the business, wherein managing the business is post-mortem and running the business is proactive and future insights. Finance professionals can exercise more centralized control of operational business decision making. The analytics can help finance function to help businesses making decisions such as the price point should be used for the customer on this day, the inventory products should be pulled forward, or the out of supply chain. So basically, these were the usage of for finance functions. For risk management, also this data analytics can be used. So strategic risk management of the organization. Analytics are used to mitigate various risks, not only in real time. Predictive analytical technologies can be used to predict risk and avoid in advance. Some of the examples are prevent repetitive losses. If the claim of the expense of the similar nature is being done again and again, then the analytics can show a red flag. The root cause of this claim can be identified and then solved. Monitor performance, wherein analytics will be able to hold units or departments accountable for exceeding or failing to meet goals. Recognize red flags that may indicate something needs to be changed, or discover why a business strategy is not working out. So we can improve reporting as well. With in-depth data and analytics, exceptional reporting can be generated. Data will help to identify actionable, easy for everyone to understand, and will be able to support any mitigation strategy. And there are some other functions as well wherein data analytics can be used, like procurement functions. They can assist in spend analysis and vendor management, business units for margin erosion analysis, pricing analytics, and customer profitability alignment. Sales and marketing function helps in price point, revenue leakage, revenue drivers, demand price elasticity, supply chain, the sales finance requirements linked forecasting. So new product introduction, profitability, information technology function for decisions on technology investment planning and prioritization. So finally, a word of caution. Uh, Again, we have talked about data analytics a lot. I hope some of it is understood. Again, with the output of data analytics, we also need to ensure that whatever is the output, if the output is complete and accurate, like we need to check the completeness and accuracy of the output which is generated by using data analytics. So AI and ML, say they both are like the brain of a child, and the child similarly as a child, it learns and it also unlearns as well. It may develop biases. Testing of these technologies is a very difficult ball game. Not at all as straightforwarding as building a laundry list of test cases and confirming outputs. So basically, chartered accountants are trained to be skeptical. Take the help of experts if you think that data analytics is required and the output of data analytics is to be reviewed. So with this, I close my presentation, and I would be happy if there are any questions or doubts. And again, a big thank you to all the listeners and to all the persons who have made this webinar possible on Friday weekend, especially, which is really uncommon. And this shows your dedication and dedication towards the profession, and dedication towards learning new things as well. So big thank you to all of you. Thank you. With this, I hand over the dice to Ashita. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. We don't have any questions, which proves that your presentation was so extensive, comprehensive, and people were so clear that they hardly have any queries.
Thank you. Thank you.
The way our speakers have taken us through the topic is highly commendable. The knowledge and information shared by your good self will ensure and provide a more secure and overall safer information society for all. Thank you once again, sir. My sincere thanks to Secretariat and the entire team, our tech team, for all the technical arrangements. GSTs will try and continue to transform digitally and towards automation. I see Ashita Shah sign off for the evening and wish you all a happy weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.